Exciting things for JCR projects. We're taking kind of a revitalization approach to our business because we don't want to grow stale, and times they are always a changing, and we want to be representative of that. So welcome to the North Texas Academy of Entrepreneurs. We are no longer known as the University of Freedom, but freedom is what we're still all about teaching. Freedom financially, freedom in your life, freedom to grow to be your ultimate self. And we want to share stories and education for free because to be who we want to be and to be the business that we want to be, we have to be generous. And so we want to generously give some wisdom and knowledge to you. And we're going to start that today in a further look at the cash flow quadrant. Now, if you've never seen the cash flow quadrant, this was the most eye-opening bit of information I ever got in my adult life that really started my transformation into looking at what else was possible and why I looked at numerous potentials for getting from one side of the quadrant to another. And we'll talk about that more in the future, and we'll talk about how you can move. And again, I'm always here to help, and this is what I'm all about, is to help you create the lifestyle to get you from the left to the right quadrant, and we're going to talk about why. So if you know the quadrant, you are excited because you know what's coming. But if you've never seen the cash flow quadrant before, I highly recommend you pick up this book. You can go to my Amazon page and purchase this through my Amazon page, Conrad's Books and More, or you can just go buy it somewhere. But go get the book. Go to the library and get it. Get the book. Because in it, and I know I'm not supposed to turn my back to you. That was very rude. I apologize. So let me tell you, there's a quadrant, right? And money is on both sides of the quadrant. And the lighting in here is really patootie. This is my first video in another new apartment. We live our mobile lifestyle, so we're always checking out new places, and that didn't help any. I gotta have every light in the house on in the middle of the day. I don't like that. Long story short, SEBI. This is what we're here to talk about, not my lighting. So forgive my shadowy face and focus on this quadrant, okay? ESBI, employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor. A lot of people get S and B confused. They think, hey, I'm moving from being an employee over to being a business owner because I'm going to work for myself. What they really do is they create a new job. They don't create financial freedom, because on the right side, these people are free. And on the left side, you are indebted. Right? You're indebted to your employer to be able to meet your mortgage payments or your rent or whatever. Your income, if you don't go to work, disappears. Same thing if you're self-employed, you don't go open the door, you don't unlock the key, your business doesn't open, no money comes in. You're indebted to either an employer or yourself in your own business. As a business owner, you have developed people as assets that go and open your shop for you and run your store for you, and you have cash flow coming in from that. And it's enough cash flow that you don't have to worry. So you own several McDonald's franchises, for example. You've made your money off investments. You have stocks, bonds, assets like real estate, and other holdings that keep you from having to come back over here and work. Right? You're not indebted to anybody. You use other people's money to get rich. Or you don't have to get rich. Let's scratch that. You don't have to be rich to be free. And that's a point I really want to talk about today. You don't have to be rich to be free, but you have to have cash flow. No other words. Let's see if this helps. Let's try a different color. Cash flow. All right. And you can't see that, so it doesn't really matter. But it says at the bottom in red, cash flow. Okay? Just trust me on this. And I'm actually here, I'm not just a shadow. The reason you want cash flow, just to prove that I'm telling the truth, cash flow. All right. The reason you want cash flow is because that's that passive income that provides freedom where you don't have to go somewhere you don't want to go. So on Monday morning you wake up, I don't feel like going to work today. You don't have to. You're not indebted to anybody else for your time. Now, cash flow quadrant. Which side do you want to be on? Well, if you want to be free, you want to be on the right. So if you're a true patriot American and you want to be a free American, you should be on the right-hand side. You shouldn't be over on the other side. Why? What do you mean? Well, because we have a shortage of B and I people, we have a shortage of people starting businesses and employing people on the E and the S side. So if you're a true patriot and you really wanted to see the economy improve and things pick up, well, you'd switch sides, right? You'd become rich. You'd start a business that could employ other people. That's what I decided to do because of my education of freedom and what it truly meant to be sustainable and provide for future generations, as well as be a godly man, a good patriot, and just an all-around success at this thing we call life. Man, I need to move quadrants because the rich aren't evil, because everybody that's an E or an S pretty much works for somebody who's on the other side, right? Or somebody within that realm. So that's what we want to learn about. That's what I want to teach about. That's what I want to help you do through the North Texas Academy of Entrepreneurism. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to play in that other side, right? Because what I is all about is learning to invest boom, in opportunities and assets with other people's money. And that's what I want to help you do. And B is, how do you develop people as an asset to run your business for you? And because you have to develop systems and people. And those both create a pipeline of income that is called cash flow. Cash flow. And that helps you do what you need to do to live a life of freedom. And that's what we're all about here at the Northwest Texas Institute Academy of Entrepreneurism, because we want you to be free. We want you to have the time and ability to raise your kids. All right? I'm tired of crappy children that are raised by TV. All right? I want some kids that can speak the language. I want some little people I can interact with in a fun and friendly way. And my son can have for playmates because I can stand your crappy kid who knows more about life than just what Bugs Bunny, that was what I grew up on, SpongeBob says. All right? That's why I want to help people get over here. So you can stay home and talk to your children for more than 7 minutes a day, as the average parent does. But I want you to be free so that you can travel to other countries and realize just how darn good you have it here in America. Right? I want you to be able to live an abundance mentality, because that's what heaven is going to be like. And we should keep our minds focused on things that are there in heaven. And in heaven, things are abundant. Right? Now, does that mean that you're never going to have hard times, that you're never going to have struggles and trials and everything as you're trying to get from this side of the quadrant to this side of the quadrant? Well, of course you are. That's where faith comes in. That's where support networks, that's where hiring a coach, and all those things comes in. And I just happen to be building my B through a coaching and teaching and education service, right? So it also helps people become I's and invest in assets like real estate. So first we had to learn how to do this, and then we're learning how to do this. And then we put the two together and we achieve the master formula of true financial freedom. And that's what it's all about. But for me, maybe not for you, But for me, I'd like to help you do this. Subscribe, find my email, do something cool, get in touch with me, stand out, and I would love to talk to you.